Right now on Full Custom Garage, master metalman Ian Roussel transforms a 1948 Packard into a street cruising lead sled.
I want to build it and give it to my friend Tom.
Wow, I was blown away.
But Ian's goodwill comes with a price.
It's not a Merc, it's a Packard. And this roof line is bunk.
He got in deep with this project.
It's gonna get loud, man.
I think it's a lot deeper than he thought he was going to get in with this project.
Yahoo! But for Ian, one Packard just isn't enough.
I go over to Don's, and he's got his Packard. He's all amped up. It's all Packards all the time. Get them done. It's like a duel to the finish. Yeah! A lead sled is an iconic American custom car. It's a traditional type of custom build. It started with the Mercs from 49 to 51, but you see people using the same formula on all different types of cars. That's the whole thing with a lead sled, is just trying to make your car an individual. I think that's really how it all started. So this is an evolving thing. I mean, it really happened in the 50s, but people are still trying new stuff today. I've been friends with Don for quite a while, working on various projects. I keep walking by this Packard, just looking at it, imagining its potential. I want to chop this thing and make it a lead sled for my friend Tom. I talked to Don about this car. I wasn't sure if he was attached to it or not. He couldn't get rid of it fast enough. He had no use for it.
It's been sitting here for 10 years at least, and it was a parts car, so it's all yours. It's amazing how you've taken the worst of the projects and done the best with them.
It's easy to make a good car look good.
It's the beat-up ones are the challenge, aren't they?
I don't think this tire's gonna make it, man. We're gonna need the forklift.
Out of the blue, he calls me and says, hey, I've got something in mind for you. I was blown away. I've always wanted my own Ian Roussel designed car.
We've tried a few times, but really it's the financial aspect.
Being a father, being a husband, I have not always had the money.
Me being able to help him out with this is really cool. He's helped me out a bunch, so hey man, right back at you. I'm stoked. It's on. We're moving the car out. I've been looking at this thing sitting still for years. Finally, we're moving it. I get it out in the parking lot, and it's like all wrong. I was so amped up to get this thing in the shop. It's like I had blinders on, you know? I was just looking at it for what I saw as potential. Once I got in the shop, I realized there was just so much ugly, I didn't know how to handle it. I never really had the opportunity to stand back and look at it that much. It was always under that carport. Once we got it outside in the open, you could stand back and look at it, and I don't know, it really doesn't have a good line. I loved the way that the taillights in the rear section looked, but that's because it was in a carport and you couldn't stand back and look at it. In my opinion, the big sore spot in the whole car is the rear of the roof. The longer I looked at it, I really started second guessing myself. Like maybe this wasn't the car at all to start with. I've never dealt with a roof that has this ugly hump in the back. So I'm gonna take the whole skin right off of the top of the roof. I'm gonna come in right about here, and the roof attaches probably about that far above the drip rail, and I know I'm gonna shave the drip rails. So I'm gonna take this whole roof cap right off, kind of like this. You can see it's got this little shape that's stamped in it, and that's where it all went wrong, in my opinion. This was good, and then something grew out of the back of the car. I'm gonna cut it right at that line, because it's not gonna have that anymore. You can see it's almost like the engineers in the factory were setting it up for a chop. I'm just gonna start by chopping the heck out of it. No plan. I think it looks better already. The standard procedure in cutting any car's roof off is to brace up the interior. You don't want the thing to shift. You want it to stay just as it is so the door is shut properly. I'm just not doing any of that. I've done enough metal work, I've cut apart enough cars to know what I can get away with. I think I can get away with it. Cutting off the top was the right call. Now I just got to figure out the roof line. My friend Tom is a graphic artist. He's done a lot of work for me in the past with t-shirts and other designs. I took a side shot of the car with the roof on and sent it to Tom and just see what he comes up with. Maybe he's seeing something I'm not.
He sends it to me and it's pretty rough. I see where the car has potential and I try to bring it to life on the computer. When I had gotten to my final rendering of the Packard, I sent it to Ian and I didn't know how he was going to react.
Tom's fast. I get an email back the same day of this rendering, and it's pretty cool. He took the windshield and he raked it forward. I've never seen that done before. Typically, if you chop a top, you may rake the windshield back, but this one was so slanted back, he moved it forward and he put a nice slope in the rear of the roof line. Very cool design. Just standing the windshield up like that, it looked like garbage. It was ill-fitting, but Tom's design looks good. I just have to make my metalwork follow his idea. These two templates came off of a 59 Volkswagen and a 51 Henry J. So you can see that their windshield angles are even more upright than where I'm at now with this Packard window. You can see how the side rails are really projecting upwards. So I'm just trying to make it look a little bit more like a Merc or something that's a little more popular. As I tilted the windshield forward, it was causing the center of it to dip below the cowl, the skin of the body. But the main problem I'm facing is these curves are designed to have the glass at the factory angle. As I'm raising it forward, the glass is falling down. You can see the huge difference. This is about where the factory glass sat, way back. Something about fixed metal shapes. When you put them in a place they're not supposed to be, it's just unforgiving. It's kind of a hurdle to make this windshield look right. I tried a couple different options. I took a couple shims and I shimmed it up, moved the windshield around to get it sit more vertically. For now, I'm just gonna let this sit here, build out all of the structures around the side windows, that way it has strength, and then later I'll bring up this bottom lip. Setting up a chop like this without any direction is kind of dicey, so I'm just trying to feel my way through it, and that's by leading off with this windshield and figuring the rest out. The window opening now, without the rubber, showing 16, so it's probably about a 15-inch window. So I think I'm just gonna take a third out of it. I'm gonna take a 5-inch chop. I think a mellow chop is considered about 3 inches. This is a tall, ugly car. I'm just trying to help it out. I'm going for 5. Crazy thing about this Packard is the A-pillars are almost parallel as they go up. They're always kind of triangle shaped. You know, they taper towards the top of the roof. This one was straight. Now we'll see how much the mismatch is. It's negligible. So it made the chop really easy. I have my sneaking suspicions that the Packard designers probably drew the car like this, and then it got changed. Restructuring this roof skin and the frames surrounding the doors, and that's the line of the car. This is what makes it. I want to take this arch out of the rear window. The same idea as removing that big bulge that's in the back of the roof. This is a pretty risky move. I'm really taking all of the strength out of the whole side of the roof line. But I want this look, so I'm making all these pie cuts in it. It's gonna stretch out the rear portion to make it more streamlined. This is really gonna define what the car looks like, setting up these door frame surrounds. It's also a structural part of the car, So I'm just trying to use what I have, make a couple splices, and just come up with a shape that I like. My special envisioning tool. Ah, yes, the cardboard envisioning tool. It's something that you don't see a lot, but everybody's got one. Just hold it up and look through. The whole idea with this envisioning tool is like blinders on a horse, right? You just see what you need to and carry on. My job is done here. This car is getting a full new paint job. So once I got the look of the roof established, I wanted it all to be one color. So instead of painting it, I'm just gonna take all the paint off. Aside from that front driver's side fender, everything else is pretty much intact. Big problem with this car is it's crashed. The whole front fender is creamed. Don says he's got one in his yard that's a replacement, and it just might make this thing a lot easier to finish. I'm really happy with the line of these two rails coming back from the A-pillar. And the big question mark is how the roof skin fits back on. I'm liking how the sides of the car are coming out, but I'm gotta get this roof skin on. Thinking maybe the original one will work, even though I don't want to use it. I think I'm just gonna put it on there and just check it out. Once I got it back on in place, it seems like it'll fit, but it's still got issues. You know, it was designed with this big bulge in the rear, and I'm trying to get away from that. Don came over to look at the car because I think he's kind of sitting there being a naysayer.
I don't see the envision that he does, you know? His creative mind is thinking, but my mind is not that creative. He got in deep with this project. I think it's a lot deeper than he thought he was gonna get in with this project.
I'm really seeing the potential in this thing, but he's just not digging it. I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I think it's gonna convince him. I'm gonna change the look once more. Ready?
You ready? Go for it.
This is the main part of what I don't like about the car is this weird bubble back. Help me like bring this up onto the windshield and let's see how it's working there. That is freaking gangster, man.
Right there. He's changed the body lines on that top so much. It looks like a Merc. The way the top has cut it now and laid that window back, it's just looking way cool.
Thing really is just committing to a course of action. By splitting the roof and just refiguring it a little bit, all of a sudden the line appeared. You know, and that's really cool. Don was liking it, and I think we're on a good run.
So what do you think on this here? Just trim this back piece off here? Is this how this is gonna work? And then
I think so. See the way it was all up in the air, even taller, but when you just lap it over, it like really just relaxes. I'm telling you, the designers intended this car to be chopped.
they really did, didn't they?
They were thinking ahead, and I gotta thank them for that. It's making my work a lot easier.
That fits nice, because then basically what, just a panel from here to here?
Well, see, I'll lift this up, and that makes the job even easier. See? You don't have another back window, do you?
The Boneyard does have some treasures in it, that's for sure.
This fender's seen better days. If you got a replacement, I'll change it out.
I'm pretty sure I have a replacement fender.
Cool. Maybe I'll swing by your place and pick up the fender tomorrow or something.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool, man.
All right, back to work.
Yes, sir. The roof skin fits, but it's all about refining it. It wasn't designed to be in this orientation, so there's a bulge that needs to be fixed. The whole thing about it is just metal, you know, make a couple cuts, reposition it, and problem solved. It's pretty rad. I just cut it, put it in place, and, you know, a couple little pinches and clamps, and the thing fits great. take the whole rear portion of the roof and just tack weld it back in place. It's at a totally different angle, but it seems like it's flowing. It lines up pretty darn good. The main concern for me now is what's gonna happen in here. This last part of assembling the roof really is the line of the car. It's what I've been trying to improve on. And that's the issue. You got a flat spot. You got to work around that. And that's gonna be a challenge. So it's important that I make this sheet metal flow. It's gotta fit the car right. It's gonna get loud, man. I like to work fast and loose. Bottom line. I had this idea, I've done it on a couple other things. I just use a pneumatic hammer. I just rattle it real quick, just in a circular pattern, crisscross. What it does is creates a dome. I'm right where I want to be. I got the roof line established. It's pretty much fit up, so you get a good visual representation just in time for Tom. Typical car story. I go over to Don's to get the fender, a replacement for mine, and he's got his Packard. He's all amped up.
Really, it's been sitting there for 10 years or better that I really wanted to do something with it.
The whole time I've known Don, this car was just a big shape under a tarp in his shop. So I knew there was something special under there. And finally pulling it out, it was quite the reveal.
It is a 1950 two-door Packard fastback. And from what I understand, it's slightly a rare car.
So, now we've got some of the dust off. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish?
I would like to get it to go stop and go again.
Most of Don's projects just involve getting them mechanically sound and running them. He's all about the mechanics.
The car, all in all, is pretty much a stock car. I like to keep it that way. I lean towards that area anyway.
First off, it has no hood or fenders. It's somewhere else. So I hope Don's got all the parts.
Well, Ian, this is where the last of the treasures are hiding for this project. They've been here for eons, and you can see
They're all bleached out.
they are bleached out.
No, you wouldn't think they were for the same car. Don says the fenders are up there. They don't look like the right ones to me. They're a totally different color. I figure I'm just gonna climb up there and grab them. And then all heck breaks loose.
Oh, look at that. There's more trim under there, too.
A bird nest and an egg.
Oh, there's wasp all over the place.
I disturbed somebody's home. They've been in residence a long time.
As he's passing the fender down, he disturbs the hornet's nest that's underneath the second fender. You didn't get stung, did you?
Nope.
Okay, because I'm highly allergic to those.
Yeah, I'll get out.
And Ian was pretty quick. Ian's a big guy, but he moved pretty darn quick up to that land sea container.
My cat-like reflexes allowed me to avoid utter failure. I totally got shocked, you know? You're just moving along, doing your thing, and then, like, you know, total adrenaline rush. Here they come. Wow! Somehow I ended up on top of the shipping container with a broom in my hand. It was like, just reaction.
Don't back up too far and fall off the other edge.
There's one there on the Mustang. I got him. Right now it's self-defense. This is an angry swarm of insects coming after me, so I'm doing it pro golf style.
Whatever lives on the property, I let live on the property. I'm not into eradicating them. Oh, they're gonna be really pissed now.
Don hops up on the rack and takes care of business, and that's fine by me.
I knocked the hornet's nest out of that fender for Ian. He was still a little reluctant to get back up there to get those.
I'll just hang out up here until the air clears.
You know, we needed the parts. We couldn't have Ian stung, so that was the end of the wasp nest.
Let's bring her on in. There's another one.
From cars to bee wrangling.
We got both fenders down in the shop, so it's like on to the next. Saving the paint's my priority. The fenders are a totally different color than we want. So my first assessment is I'm just gonna take some buffing compound and see what happens.
Ian got real resourceful. He brought in that 3M rubbing compound and squirted some on the fenders and just took a rag and started polishing it.
And I put it on there and it turned blue, like the rest of the car. I was surprised. It says it's Super Duty rubbing compound. You can see I'm rubbing. It's definitely doing some super duty. Pretty easy task, you know, I got Don all inspired, collected the parts, put them together, and I just get to rub out the paint job. That's an easy day on the job.
I've spent the time when I got the car to get all the parts required for it, too.
Packard just got a really unique kind of look. The grille is this strange little center chrome piece with these massive body panels surrounding it. So it's actually a pretty easy fit up because these fenders take up a huge amount of the car. There's like 4 main parts in the whole nose. Seeing the car all mocked up like this, it's just a cool, inspirational thing. I'm ready to put the engine in. Don had this engine from who knows where. Small block Chevy, most popular engine in the world, bottom line. I don't know the history about it, but he says it's a runner.
We got the motor stuck in it, and it fit.
With some cars, you know, say if you're putting a V8 in, say, a Ford Falcon or something, or a Vega, it's a real nightmare. This car's got tons of room, no real stress.
In a short amount of time, I'm really impressed how much work got done on this car.
This is really rudimentary custom work. Any kind of custom car, you go through this stuff. I've done it a million times. So Don's gonna finish up the rest of this engine installation. Tom's coming by, so I'm gonna get back on that Packard and get back to work. Uh-oh, there goes the neighborhood. What's up, man?
Wow.
Got a car.
This is the Packard, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't like that 4 days ago, remember?
So being excited about seeing this Packard underway, I gave Ian a call and I said, hey, I gotta come down. I gotta take a look at this thing. Being that I barely sent the artwork to Ian just a matter of days ago, I'm blown away at how much he's accomplished.
I think Tom's really stoked. The roofline matches his drawing, I mean, almost to the T. So, I mean, what do you think?
I dig it. It almost makes you wonder why it wasn't built this way to begin with.
You know, that's one thing I've been saying all along.
It's very cool to see another artist take my artwork and make it even better.
And just putting it on the ground and chopping the top, he loves it.
Now that I see it here in person, I like it as a 4-door.
Do you like my lowering kit so far?
What'd you do?
Well, I lowered it, right? Isn't that how you do it?
Yeah, you just took the wheels off?
That's about it.
That's one way to get it down.
Yeah. So it won't be this low, obviously. I'll have to figure out what to do with the springs. I'm thinking about just torching the springs and putting some blocks in the back.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If this thing runs, then you're kind of ready to go. We'll make the brakes work and hopefully it starts up. Don has been pretty good about that. He's pretty mechanically minded and he says it runs. He had it running a few years ago, so.
Okay, good. Be the coolest family on the boulevard, I tell you what.
He really wanted a big old chop-top lead sled. He's got it. I stopped on these roof panels. My next step is to throw them on the English wheel and get these guys tacked in. I got a way of doing things by myself, but hey, there's another body in the room. Get to work.
To be able to work with Ian today is a real special treat.
This is a really complex thing, creating a big roof for a chop-top car. The whole thing is establishing this nice roof line. I want to minimize the amount of body filler in the end. So it's really just like push it, hold it into position, and tack weld it so it stays. You know, it's the stuff you read about in magazines. So I stuck them in the car and had them hold up the sheet metal. I would have to come up with a bunch of weird contraptions to hold it in place. Here he is doing it. He was pretty excited.
Ian, in my opinion, is today's Ed Roth. Ed Roth was a wild customizer who was very innovative. Ian is just carrying that torch.
What this thing does is it sucks the metal together so it'll create a little more of a dome.
Ian likes to think outside the box, doesn't care about what anybody else thinks, and builds what he wants.
So this is gonna crown it out a little bit more, as well as take away all those hammer marks. I'm really not that familiar with an English wheel. I've only used it a couple times. Eastwood had this really simple, portable one, and it worked out pretty darn good. Pretty good. Yeah. Getting the sheet metal tacked in place, that's it. That's the car. The line of it's established. It's just a matter of finish work. If you like it, here we go. I'll put it all together and on to the next.
It's a killer chop.
We got the chop top nailed. It looks great. There's still a lot more. One of the defining factors on getting this project was that Don says it's mechanically sound, you know, it's a runner. I gotta get some electricity and some fuel to this and be sure that it's gonna go down the road. This car is ancient. It looks like an Egyptian tomb under the hood, man. Well, it gets spark. Something happened. That's a good sign. So I'm pretty surprised that this thing fired up like it did. It purrs. It's an old engine, but it runs great. We gotta pick up the dust somehow. So this roof is bondoed out for 3 full days. I got just a little over 2 gallons of Bondo on it. So I had to make the whole thing flow into one nice dome. And I think I did that. It looks pretty good. So the last part of the equation is these door frames. This is the trickiest part of the whole deal. And to sum it up is if people can't figure out where you cut it, then you succeed. Just building stuff that you haven't done before, it's just the adventure of it, you know? It's like I want to come out successful in everything I'm doing, but also the spice of it is getting that agitation of not knowing. I was so bummed out when I started this project. I can't put in words how disappointed I was at the selection I had made. But I think this thing's gonna be all right. All the body fillers set. Eastwood gave me this urethane high build primer, and I'm just gonna coat the whole car with it. 3 heavy coats, because it's a filler primer, and then I can come back and block sand it. This is the first time you really get to see what the car looks like. It's all blotchy, you know, Bondo spots, metal spots, different tones. So having it all in one color is gonna be really cool. Once I get this thing all one color, a good primer coat on it, you're really gonna see what the car looks like. And that's really what I've been looking forward to. This chop top is what makes the car. It's looking good. It's like a one-piece, one-color car now, but I gotta see it at ride height. One of the things from the start was how tall this car was, how high it was off the street. I'm looking to get a 4-inch drop out of it, easy. Everything is rusted, stuck, typical scene. Hate this part of the job. In case you're wondering how my nose got so rearranged, doing exactly this. No joke. The coil spring shot out of the car, hit me in the face. That's a big piece of metal that hit you in the face, huh? This is the old school lowering technique. Before there was all these fancy kits and airbags and yada, 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 you would cut the springs or you would heat them with a torch. Those were the options. So I'm doing it just like they would have done it back in the day. So I started off by cutting just about 2 coils off, a little bit more. It's hard to say exactly what the drop's gonna be until it's installed back in the car, because the spring rate changes, you really can't calculate it. So I'm just gonna cut both springs to match and set them in the car until it looks the way I think it should. That's what I'm talking about. It makes all the difference. It's a pretty serious family car, that's for sure. Makes me want to have a couple kids. Even though I'm on the home stretch with Tom's Packard, Don's got his Packard. He's all fired up, trying to get that finished too. So for me, right now, it's all Packards all the time. Get them done. It's like a duel to the finish.
We're getting ready to put the coolant in it and fire it up, so I'm getting pretty excited. I mean, it's getting closer and closer to be a running vehicle. Well, should we give her a try?
It's your baby, man. Looks like it's all there.
Okay, let's see what happens. It's not getting any spark.
Oh wait, it just fell out.
Ian had noticed that the hot lead going to the coil wasn't connected all the way.
Try it again, man. I'm not willing to.
You're not willing to throw in the
accept
towel
that.
yet, huh?
I just said 3 prayers.
3 prayers. Okay, let's go. Thank God that car wasn't up to operating temperature. There was a plug for the heater hose that was on the intake manifold. The clamp was not tight. Yeah. We know one thing, the water pump's working real good.
Wow.
Wow.
I'd say it runs.
It was a simple fix. Put the clamp on it, put more coolant in it, fire it up, change the t-shirt, wash the coolant off. Well, are we ready to try it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand over here.
You chicken. Sounds pretty good.
Well, let's put it on the ground, man. I think she's ready.
Ian was excited about pulling it out of the shop, cleaning up the mess, getting all the dirt off of it.
I like old cars. I see potential in everything. Make me want to do something really cool.
The car's been sitting for so long, to see it with a motor in it, the front end on, it running, getting the hubcaps on it. I mean, this thing is, it's there. I mean, it's ready to go. Looking at that other one really, really inspired me to get this one going.
And that's really the basis for the whole thing that I do, you know? So to see Don get charged up on the Packard that I'm doing, he's like, hey man, I got a Packard too. This thing says like stock car from the 50s. It's got that look. Maybe racing at Daytona Beach in the sand, something like that. It's a pretty good look. I'm excited to get back, finish the Packard I'm working on. There's a couple things left to attend to, and then that sucker's finished too. The last parts of every car build are really tedious, so I'm looking for some inspiration. I'm always trying to find something that's gonna take my mind off the tediousness of the finishing details. So making these taillight lenses was a perfect little diversion. This is my super improvised plastic heating device. I went on this whole bubble top adventure with my friend Victor, and I learned a lot about heating and forming plastic. Victor and I wanted to make a bubble top car, so we went about it in a way that would create this enormous plastic shape. So this is a miniature version of that. I just took this piece of a barbecue grill, put some foil on it, and then I have a propane heater. I'm gonna heat up the plastic and form it into a couple taillight lenses. I did a lot of experimenting with Victor on the bubble top, and I found out that 300 degrees is when the plexiglass starts to become formable. They make spaceships and stuff out of this, and here I am with a piece of the old refrigerator and a propane grill. My whole idea is getting this plastic really preheated well. That way it has time to go into the clamp before cooling back off. I took this piece of aluminum and put it in the roller to match the arc on this. It's just like the bubble top. It's got an air source with a base plate and some holes to let the air come through. And then there's a clamping ring that's gonna hold the plastic down to the base plate. Warm it up with the clamps and then inflate the lens through that retaining ring. Portacool sent over one of their huge shop fans to keep the temperature in this place under control. I was also able to use it to cool down the plastic lens. If it stays molten for too long, it could change shape. It's the same idea as the bubble tops, just way smaller. This thing's pretty much wrapped. I'm excited to see Tom's reaction when he sees it. There's a lot of work getting the car to a finished state. I really busted it out. I can't wait for Tom to see it. So I'm really excited for him to check it out. It's like his idea come to life. We're ready, man.
Oh,
Check it out.
oh man. You're kidding, right?
It's the real deal.
Wow. Ian, man, that is one gorgeous machine. Look at that. When I first walked in and saw the Packard, I was blown away. It's amazing looking. It's actually a lot cooler than I could imagine.
The thing about when Tom walked in, the last time he saw the car, it was a shambles. I mean, there was just loose ends everywhere.
This is a perfect color for it. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you gotta see it in the sun. It pops pretty cool. I got this black cherry paint that complements it beautifully.
First thing I noticed when I walked in is the amount of time and work that went into it. There's a lot of customizing there.
All Tom's drawings were side views, so for him to look at it and see the angle of the A, B, and C pillars, it really meant a lot to him. I made these two taillights. It didn't have any taillights. Just kind of fresh.
Those?
Yeah, I blew them out of plastic, kind of like mini bubble tops.
No, man, you're kidding, those are.
Because remember, it didn't have any lenses.
Ian tells me that he custom made these things himself, and I'm just shocked again. It's like, what can't this guy do?
The fact that this thing is a good stock runner really helps out in the end because he can enjoy it. He doesn't need to do all this other modifications. It's a complete factory stock Packard with a pretty nice chop top.
When I first sat inside the Packard, man, I couldn't help but feel, man, this is cool. I'm ready to cruise, man. And I am one cool dude because I'm cruising this thing. You want to go cruise? Hey, me and Sean Pound are cruising, man.
This was a very emotional experience. We took that car out of the carport and I was angry. I was just thinking we were going in a bad direction. I pulled through, you know? I was really thinking about quitting a lot of times. Tom's drawings helped me, and then finally seeing the metal change shape is kind of what led me to doing the finish work right.
There's one thing I've noticed about Ian. When it comes to customizing a car, is he's driven. He has something in mind, he sets a goal, and he goes for it. When we're thinking about where's the coffee, he's thinking about what do I have to do next to this car? What do I want to do next to this car? And he goes for it.
The whole deal with this is I was trying to help Tom out. He's done a ton of work for me. The least I could do is return the favor. So to really push my limits as far as the fabrication and finish work, it really is just something to say thanks to Tom.
It's really undescribable. I can't talk about how grateful I am because there's no words to express it. I mean, other than getting in there and cruising down the boulevard with a big grin on my face, there's no real way to express how just excited I am. It's a cool car and I cannot wait to show it off.
This project is a great example of what I've been doing with my career. Just trying to be creative and push something further is what I'm all about. Just trying to discover new ideas. Keep the people happy, give them what they want, on to the next.
Right now on Full Custom Garage, Master Metalman Ian Roussel takes on his biggest build yet.
It's love at first sight, man. You could feel this thing coming down the driveway. It was like there was a disturbance in the force.
This is one of my dream projects I've had for many years.
I love this thing.
Ain't she a peach?
I want one.
But Ian's client wants to make the truck even bigger.
What? Count me in.
Just watching him work, I can remember when I used to be able to do things like that. My back is currently messed up right now.
Which leads Ian on a search for some special parts.
This guy has trouble walking, his back, he's got a lot of operations. I think that's gonna save it.
But when Ian returns, things don't go as planned.
I may have mismeasured the back. I'll have to measure it.
John was only theorizing on this whole setup.
Well, I asked him how he's going to do this, and he just says, I'm going to wing it.
That way. It's like the magic carpet ride. It's working. It's working. I'm gonna take up stuntman in my next career. In Fraser Park, California, this fella, John, has got a big project. Of course, typical car guy stuff. We start with the Grand Tour.
I'd say I'm a collector. I have a lot of international harvesters.
I guess you're like into the whole military truck thing.
Well, I have some military stuff. I've gotten rid of a lot of it.
What's with the ammo boxes?
Parts storage.
I guess you got a lot of parts. This is my kind of guy. He's got parts all over the place, a collection of just military stuff. Whoa. So this is like a Jeep front, but it's an
That's a M725 ambulance, Vietnam era.
like a MASH Jeep.
I used to have all of them. I had the 715, the 726, and the 724. And as years have gone on, I got a few other little military things laying around.
Holy moly. He said he had a big truck, so I'm thinking like a lifted 4x4 or something. I walk up on it, and this is like massive.
Now, it's a Mack 10-ton, 10-wheel drive, and M123A1 Charlie.
I don't know what all that means, but I could tell it's big, it's heavy duty, it's all business.
It's for hauling tanks, for armored vehicles. I ended up getting it from my friend that had a wrecking yard. Cost me a searchlight off of a World War II destroyer that I had.
So, I mean, what's the end game? What's your ultimate plan for this fine
The end
machine?
game, I'm going to use it as a fully self-contained all-terrain motorhome when I want to go camping and/or four-wheeling.
Anywhere.
And pretty much anywhere if it'll fit.
I see. The ultimate bug-out vehicle
Yes.
for the end of days. I guess in simplest terms, John wants an off-road RV. What?
Well, I'd like to turn it into an extra cab or a crew cab.
John starts explaining that he actually wants to create a four-door vehicle. He has a bunch of other pickup trucks around, and they're four-door utility vehicles, and he wants to mimic that look with this giant truck. I've done a couple other big truck projects, and what always amazed me is how small they are inside. It's pretty crazy. Even like a passenger car has more room inside than this. So I could see why you want to extend this cab, because you're right up on the wheel. You want
Right.
to recline a bit.
I'm 6'2", slightly portly, so my belly hits the steering wheel, so I need a little more room in the cab.
What if we just got a duplicate cab and welded that on and made that the 4-door.
That's kind of what my idea was.
Okay.
I've got a friend, he's got a cab. Got to go find a command shack for it, which is an 8x8x12 insulated shack.
He wants to put some kind of a camper box on the back.
The military used the command shack for sometimes small weapons, fix-its in the field where they repair them. They call them an M109.
This is par for the course in any project. John's attempting to convince me he's building a practical vehicle out of the most impractical parts I've ever seen. Count me in. John pulls in the driveway with this thing, and it is massive. I saw these stacks coming from a block away. It's cruising across the gate in the front, and it turns the corner. It's a freaking behemoth.
Finally got it down here to Ian's shop. Drove good, no problems. Just bouncy, you can lose weight. It's like those jiggle machines or your bobblehead inside it, because the so-called spring seat doesn't work.
It's love at first sight, man. You could feel this thing coming down the driveway. It was like there was a disturbance in the force. Holy moly!
Made it down here. Got it a little bit painted, not everything's done, but...
This thing looks great. You did a lot of work to this thing, man.
Well, since Ian came up and saw it, my kids came up and helped finish the systems off, getting the fenders on the hood, some of the wiring and stuff that I couldn't get to. They helped out quite a lot when they came up to help me.
And you said this is a 900 cubic inch V8?
903 cubic inch V8 Cummins.
Yes.
It's a small engine.
Yeah, I could tell, just like the rest of the truck. I had a feeling John was on his way because I came outside this morning and there's this big green box in the driveway and a piece of another truck, so I figured something was happening. So this is crazy. What the heck is this thing?
Last night I had the 109 command shack delivered to his shop. Kind of surprised Ian because he didn't know it was going to show up.
He comes in with this box that doesn't look anything like an RV as far as I'm concerned. Oh, wow. Small arms. What was this thing? Just a storage box?
That was normally used for radio communications or...
Oh, so it's like a workshop. So I guess what I'm mostly turned on to is this is all mil-spec stuff. You look at the box, you know it's well built. It's got hardwood floors, it's insulated, it's fully dialed in with electrics. It's a pretty cool choice. Well, this isn't what I was expecting, but I don't see why not. You were talking about a camper, but now I'm starting to get this vibe. But we have no doors and we have no roof. Also in the yard this morning, there was a big piece of truck. He was talking about making an extended cab, like a 4-door. All I'm seeing here is a piece of a body shell. So this is a duplicate cab to that?
Yes. I tried to get you all the parts, but I came up with a cab. I don't have a roof for this, and I don't have any doors. I'm gonna have to locate some more doors for it, because the doors are the same as the ones that are on that cab there.
Okay. I can see all of this stuff's gonna come together. My whole thing is visually, you know, it's gotta look cool. We could just stack parts and it'll look horrible, but it'll work. I wanna make this thing look as cool as possible. I think it's got some potential. Just seeing that truck in the driveway though, I'm ready to do anything to make this happen. You got 3 pieces. All we need to do is get one of them in the shop.
It's supposed to be 10.5 feet from the top of the stacks down. If I measured right, it should fit in the doors. If it doesn't, it will make its own hole.
There's no way this box is going on the truck in the shop, but if I can get this truck inside, it's gonna be way nicer. Always wanted to drive one of these things. I've been wanting to drive this thing since I saw it in his driveway. Here it is, I'm ready to roll.
See, it's a little bit, it's not made for people of our size, really. Oh, you can get it.
Made for teenagers, man. This thing is pretty raw. The only thing I can compare it to that I've ever driven is like a race car because it's very mechanical. You feel everything. The clutch on this thing is hard. It shifts like an old truck. I like it. I was just gonna turn this thing around and try to park it in the shop, but as soon as I turn the wheel, power steering. I'm gonna take this thing around the block a few times.
Well, when he's driving my truck around on the lot, it looks really neat. I like it. I didn't like it when he went out and down the street because I didn't know if he was going to bring it back.
This was a full adrenaline rush, you know, testosterone to the brain. Just driving this thing for a couple blocks, I wanted it, man. 900 cubic inches, that's all I have to say. You get that with a manual 5-speed, I don't care if you're going 2 miles an hour. I wanted this truck. Now I just gotta see if this thing will fit in the shop.
Big outside. It looks bigger inside because it just barely fit.
They're gonna fit?
But it's just a little truck.
I love this thing.
Ain't she a peach?
I want one. That's the test drive. I'm sold. I'll take it. I'll build you 9 cars. I will sign off. I'll build you 9 more cars if you let me have this one.
No, mine. It's my little baby. This is one of my dream projects I've had for many years, and my wife would probably kill me if I came home with 9 more.
After being able to drive this, all of a sudden I got a whole new perspective. I'm ready to rock this thing out, man. This is cool. This big truck is in the house. It's time to get started on it. We got a couple good ideas. All I need to do is make it happen. All right. So we got one big truck, and one piece of another big truck. It's not designed to just mate up to the other one in the way he wants to do it. The good thing about this is that it's an exact duplicate of the truck he has. The rear wall will be retaining, and then the doors are stock doors if we can find a pair. So the good thing is it matches that style perfectly. This is definitely in the way. So John's son said it was a terribly uncomfortable ride down, and now I can see why. With John's back like it is, I don't think this thing's gonna fly. Even if you put a lot of nice cushy upholstery on it. This is just an old design. I think we're gonna have to come up with something better. His main goal here is to be sitting a little bit further back through the back wall that's existing. So I have to cut that out. And then there's no more support structure for these. So next step is that these exhaust stacks are coming off. From the minute I saw the truck, the most ominous thing on it was these 2 exhaust stacks. And to cut them off is kind of going backwards in my opinion. I'm not fully committing, but they do need to move for right now. These are so cool looking, but they're in the way of this modification. We're cutting the back wall out, and that's what these things are attached to, and they're kind of in the way of getting in the back doors. This is some heavy military equipment. I'm not even a gun fan, but after driving that truck, it started to feel like Rambo. Not only were they cool on the truck, but they're even cooler in hand. You know, they say a bird in the bush, that type of thing. These things make good-looking faux weapons. If we don't use them on the truck, I'm keeping them. Every time I wake up, I'm back in Saigon. Looking over the truck, I realized that the whole roof unbolts. I have seen these without roofs, and now I know why. They pop right off just like a Jeep or a Ford Bronco. Just a bunch of series of bolts, and it comes off in one piece. This roof is way off the ground. It's gonna be tough for one person to take it off, but I got a couple of angle irons that I'm using for the rocker panels. I'm just gonna make a slide and slide it away. So, these are actually gonna be the rocker panels. I just use them to slide that roof off, but they gotta stay here anyway. One thing I didn't realize was how much taper there is in this cab. If you look at it, these walls are getting wider as they come back. I knew it was tapered, but not this much. Let's see what we got. Because the cabs are the same, I'm gonna measure this one on the floor just to see how much it tapers. It's a good 8 or 9 inches narrower in the front. I think the easiest option is gonna be to cut this body right in half and open up the triangle. The whole issue here is you have 2 triangles stacking behind each other, and I'm gonna put a square behind a triangle. First thing is always cutting it apart. Typical story of the butcher in the meat market. He knows how to cut the cow, I cut the car. So I cut everything away that holds this triangular shape in place, and now I can just swing the walls out independently, and the triangle becomes a square. I need to figure out what the taper is in the rocker panels on the existing cab. So my thought was I'm gonna take these big rails, line them up where they're gonna mate to the existing rocker panels, make a few marks, measure it out, and transfer all that down to the floor. The primary purpose is that I'll be able to measure and cut without crawling around under this truck. So you can see the body was tapered, but now the wall cut out, clips into place, make a nice weld right along there. John has a long wish list, but none of it's gonna happen without this cab on the truck. It's a big part, and I gotta get it in place. So John's coming in tomorrow. I think I got a good preliminary start on this, and this is ready to show to him. I bet we could put this body up here tomorrow. Just finish up the last part of this welding. As I'm putting in the last tacks, here comes John.
How are you doing, sir?
Aha, he's back. I ran through the scenario. I built that big subframe, got it attached to the body. I explained everything I did to John, but it's still all up in the air. I didn't double check. I did one quick measurement, threw it on the floor, and I'm putting it on the truck in front of the client. What could possibly go wrong?
Ian gave me a call and wanted me to come down and see the progress on the truck, and think he's gonna put it on today while I'm here.
Pretty much ready to take this cab and put it up top. I got some big extensions for the forklift. I think we could just drive it right on and plug it in.
Excellent, because I'm not gonna lift it. Just watching him work, I can remember when I used to be able to do things like that. Now I don't even want to try to do it. Don't need to hurt myself.
The whole thing with this truck is John has a back injury. He's not able to do it himself. That's why it's here. So I could see he's a little tense. So I'm just gonna use the forklift, get this thing into place. He could sit back and watch the show.
My back isn't working so good and stuff. I have a hard time walking, so I'm sitting here directing from the director's chair to see what he's doing and help him out and give him ideas that he probably has already thought of. As he got the cab up onto the truck, now he's kind of manhandling it in. Those days are gone for me.
Like a glove.
That's almost there.
Looks like I know how to measure after all. What do you think?
It's a big truck to begin with, but now as it's being pieced together, it's getting bigger.
John was only theorizing on this whole setup too. So once I get this body in place, he starts double thinking his measurement on the box that he's gonna put on the back.
I may have mismeasured the back. I'll have to measure it.
His primary concern is he doesn't want this thing overhanging the rear bumper. He did a couple guesstimations. We just gotta verify that it's all gonna work.
Of course, we need to double check my measurements to make sure the command shack will fit on it.
Talking about wanting to see the back bumper, right?
Yep.
Walking back out to the box, I hadn't taken a second look at it, but it really has to match this chassis. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do something. Best case scenario would be that this box fits, we get to keep our body as it is, and we carry on. Well, this is measuring 12'6" outside.
Okay.
So we're gonna go back in, measure the truck. If we got at least 12'6", it's gonna work. If we leave this bracket in place, I'm measuring 12'11" to the end of the bumper, so that's like a 5-inch slack. So we got a few inches to spare. Just like a pickup truck, there'll be a good space between the box and the cab. Structurally, that's gonna work and that's gonna work. The main concern for me is mating up these two bodies. Now we have this mismatch where the old fender used to bolt on. He wanted to retain the vent that was in the cowl.
I was thinking just wanting like making this a solid wall. Bring it up the top.
What if you just framed up 2 sticks and put a window in place, just a solid mount window?
As the two cabs are coming together, he explained to me how he was gonna put a window in there or just leave it a flat metal plate.
So see if we just sheet straight through, leave the vent, we'll cover all this straight through. And then if we have a fixed window right there, it makes it look a lot more open air. You still get the support. And then when you're sitting in your driver's seat back here, you're not looking at a wall if you turn your head.
That's a good idea. Excellent.
That'll work.
So it'll look like it was naturally made as a crew cab from the factory.
Setting these two bodies together wasn't a huge challenge in my head, so I'm glad it worked out. It's the unseen that kind of gets you. We got through this part of it. It's very simple sheet metal patchwork now. John's working on getting a couple doors. For me, the big concern, aside from the doors, is the roof. So I just put a little skim of filler over the welded area. It doesn't have to be show car straight. It's gonna be this simple rattle can camo paint job, but I didn't want any of the welded seams to show. All in all, it works cool. I think the big seller in the whole thing is the vents, you know? That little detail right here tells you it's the same truck, the rare factory four-door version. Everything about this was very straightforward. I think the roof is gonna be a different story. John and I kicked back and forth a few ideas, but nothing makes a decision like seeing the mock-up. So, in the industry, we call this the roof holder-upper tool. So, not only do I have to repair this dent, but I gotta change the profile of the sidewalls. And I don't think all my martial arts experience in the world gonna fix. Oh, look at that. It's almost perfect. What do you think, Hellhound? Is it gonna work? Just like the other projects I've changed the roofs on, this is a really hard shape to make. Thus, our blueprint will begin. The thing is, you almost can't use this because the taper is now different. So to just splice in a small sheet, it's probably just easier to make a whole new side profile and top skin. All through here, this is enemy territory. John was asking about maybe putting a higher crown towards the rear. If you're looking at the truck, he wants this to be maybe a little bit taller. The whole idea being up there in the mountains, it does snow fairly heavily, as infrequently as it may be. He's talking about more of a wedge, let it slide off when the sun comes out. What this means is, as simple as the body and big as it was, this roof is gonna be way more complicated. I pretty much gotta build 90% of it from scratch. So this should pop right back in place. So that fits, that's a good thing. After we cut out that area down there, now we have to fill in this area here. It's much bigger than it was. Without the door and that window, you know, I could detach that door and move it back and forth, worst case scenario. We need all the pieces. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do before I can do anything more on this roof. Ever since John dropped off this cab with no doors, I've been looking for some. I put the word out to all my friends. My friend Tom says he's got somebody who just might have some. Tom and I walked down the driveway of this otherwise innocent-looking suburban homestead. You walk around the back and it's on. I'm in my element. Guy's got cars, trucks, hot rods. Treasure, man. He's got all the good stuff.
Hey, Bob.
How's it going?
Is he in?
Hey,
Ian,
man.
Bob?
Yeah, I recognize your
Travis?
car.
Oh,
Seen
yeah.
it around.
Ian,
Pleasure.
Travis?
Right on, man. Cool. So you got a bunch of cool stuff here.
I collect cars and stuff, but kind of toned it down in the last few years. But mostly what I like. I build something, hang on to it for a while. If I like it, I'll keep it. Yeah, Ian's been to a lot of this old stuff. He really liked the place, and he was interested in looking at all of it. So I showed him around and told him a little bit about all the projects going on, and some that are just sitting, some that are being worked on, and he really likes those.
Part of the cool thing about coming to somebody's stash, somebody's hoard spot, is you get the grand tour. It's a typical car guy scenario. He's just got a lot of stuff. This thing is right up my alley, man. It's like a Plymouth
this,
or something.
36 Plymouth or
Anything
whatever
with
it
the
is.
bubble fenders is cool. You never know what's out here. He's got a pretty cool mid-20s Dodge, almost like a Ford T I wanted to check out. That's really what I like, the unique stuff. What's up with that bomb?
Oh, yeah, it's actually a fuel tank. It goes under the wings of a plane, and it's shaped like a bomb, so when they're empty, they used to drop them in the ocean. And that's why they have the fins on them, so they would go and fly down in the water instead of just tumbling. And then they would retrieve them later.
I was mostly looking at this thing because I think it's right up John's alley. This would look pretty cool, like the Russian military parade, the big truck with the big bomb on top. This would be perfect. Oh, I'm glad my friend John I'm building the truck for isn't here because he'd probably want to take this home. But this is cool. But if you got a couple other parts for those trucks, I'd like to check them out.
Yeah, I got some doors.
That's what Tom said.
Yeah. Here's
Okay.
the doors here.
They look, yeah. Well, they look like they're from a military truck. They got some numbers on them. They look just like the other ones. Looking at these things, it was obvious they were just parted out. These things are not scrap. The glass is intact. The window rolls up and down. There's 3 doors, so apparently somebody must have tried a 4-door conversion and failed. So I could make this one happen with these extra parts.
So I'm not doing anything with them, so.
Yeah, right on. No, this looks like exactly what we need. So John's the guy. He knows all this
Yeah.
military stuff. You ask him what truck it is, he's rattling off like 50 different numbers. So I'm gonna send him a couple pictures of it, and I'm sure he'll give it the yay or the nay. So these doors have some numbers on them. I'm not sure what they mean. I'm gonna send him some pictures. He'll know if they'll work. So he's not getting back to me, but we kind of need a seat.
I've got seats. They're in the shed here.
Most of my friends, their places look kind of just like this.
Yeah, good.
Just a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
Bob's like, well, shoot, I got tons of seats. I guess he's got a whole bunch of stuff in this shed. Bob opens the door, and I'm looking at these seats. They're kind of like Recaro style. You know, they look like something that you'd get out of a catalog, mid-'80s. You got the velour finish on them. In a pinch, I'm sure they'd work. We need something a little more commercial, something that are heavy duty. Well, what's that one? That looks more like a military seat. But these have airbags in them.
Yeah.
Well, that might work.
Actually, I got them from the same guy I got the bomb and the doors from. And they're suspension seats, so he says, oh, these are gonna work really good.
These things are buried in the corner. We take them outside, and I'm looking them over, and it's exactly perfect. It's almost identical to what John has in his truck, but there's 2 of them. They're on airbags, and they're like new underneath. Because this guy has trouble walking, his back,
Oh, really?
he's got a lot of operations. I think that's gonna save it.
Well, you need something like this in a truck like that.
Bounces around
Yeah.
like crazy. I took a picture of the doors for him, but I'm not telling him about this. It's gonna be a surprise. He's gonna totally dig
Oh,
these.
good. Yeah,
This
cool.
is perfect. It's like the lifesaver scenario.
Well, I'm glad you can use them.
Oh, my phone's beeping. John was probably deep in his library doing research for the past 20 minutes, but he's convinced these doors are gonna work, and I think his word is good.
It was nice that Ian could use this stuff, and like I said, I wasn't doing anything with it, and anytime I can help somebody out with stuff, I do.
I'm excited to get these to the shop and surprise John. So I got the 2 cabs welded together. It's looking good. John's coming in today. I got the doors. I'm not even gonna tell him about the seats. That's kind of a surprise. I just want him to come in, see what's going on, you know, feed him little pieces at a time.
Look what I got.
All right. Hysterical vehicles.
Hysterical. Oh, upside down. Well, that's all right. When I first came in, I knew he was working fast, but I didn't know he was working fast.
I got some work done on the cab. I got the roof started.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, we just needed some doors to wrap that up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to look around as hard. Glad that he got the doors, was able to find them, because they're out there. They're just kind of hard to find.
He was really trying to come up with some, and I guess the guys who want them want to hold on to them. So it was cool that I got them. It's going to really help streamline the process. Now let's see if them doors are going to fit. I'll push this up against the truck.
You get out of the way then.
We go to put this thing on, of course, right away. I'm expecting the worst, like it's not going to fit. No, these hinges are all ganked up.
You want a little hammer to tap it in? Oh, there you got it. Almost there.
Yeah, these have just never been put together. Stubborn. All right.
Emergency persuasion was indicated.
That part worked. Hey,
All right, whoa.
yeah, door gaps are good. That's good. All we have to do is loosen up the hinges, align them, and it popped right on. It was the right door for the job. Window rolled right up, and the door latched tight.
Ah, that looks really good. Now it's looking like a truck again, a big truck.
If you're cool with just letting me go on that window detail, I can build that out. But what I really needed your input was how much you wanted that back of that roof to come up.
Okay.
Since John wants this thing angled up in the rear, that's the first thing we need to mock up, is exactly what the roof pitch is gonna be. So, a couple envisioning tools, couple stacking blocks, and we're on to the mock-up.
When we started talking about the roof, Ian and I didn't really want to have a flat roof, and Ian came up with this idea of matching the roof to the contour of a portion of the front hood.
Well, what I'm seeing, style-wise, see how that hood does that little detail?
Yeah.
If those two angles kind of flow together, like if you were to put, this is one of my envisioning tools. You gotta squint one eye and then you take a lean. So if you look at that angle,
Right.
and you transfer that angle to the roof, so I think that that has to come up about 6 inches minimum.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
There's like this cool curved angle in the hood. I think I'm gonna try to translate that to the look in the roof.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. You have to come down and look and see if you concur.
That's the way I do it. Take a bunch of sticks, stand back, look at it, and if it's good, we go forward. Now, I think that angle though, see, even from here looking at that, and then look at the brake on the hood, more matching what's going on the hood. This detail is a subtlety. It matters to me because I'm trying to make the coolest truck ever. And that's what you gotta do.
What are you going to use out of the original roof? Just the two ends that are up there after you cut it?
Those compound curves at the back corner are really hard to make.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use those, and I'm gonna use the detail with the weather strip that goes to the windshield. The main thing I'm trying to do here is just establish some kind of a strong base that we can build off of. Extending the cab means this roof is pretty darn big. It's about 24, 25 square foot. So I need to build a structure that's super strong. It's pretty simple in concept, but the actual layout is pretty complex. The sides have to be parallel. The whole roof surface has to be smooth. You don't want it to look all freaked out and wavy, and that's really what this inner skeleton dictates.
When you finally finished getting all the ribs kind of mocked into place, we stepped back and took a better look at it.
So if you're happy with this layout,
Yeah.
I can go ahead and I'll make a whole skeleton structure before we do any skinning.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the other doors so you could put it together. Now it looks really, now you can really see what it looks like. It's starting to take shape.
It's John's truck, so he's loving it. He's enjoying the process. I think it's coming together a lot quicker than he expected, so I'm just gonna keep on trucking. So we're up here in the highest elevation of the shop I've ever worked before. John liked the pitch of the roof and the way I was going about it, so he said, take the reins and go with it. So I went with it. I went double strength. I even went triple strength. I set up all those 1-inch risers, got the bows across the top. I put 45-degree gussets on every upright, and then I went in with 1x2 underneath those ribs, and that aligned everything, made a 3-inch gap to put tons of insulation in it, and it's super strong.
Now that the cab has been stretched and the roof has been stretched, I'm kind of worried what it's going to look like overall when it's done. Is it going to look like it was made that way, or is it going to look like somebody piecemealed something together?
The center of the roof is super simple. It took about 10 minutes, just cut them, screwed them in place just to hold them. The sides are a different story.
I want to see how he makes the nice curves in the metal so it will look like it was made that way from the factory. How are you going to make sure the radius is correct on this?
Just like everything else, I'm gonna wing it. The least measuring possible and the most inspiration yields fantastic results. But I will take 2 measurements. See that? We know the curve is gonna start about 11 inches here, and it's gonna start about 5 inches there. And those are the only 2 marks I'll use. One time through the roller, it'll be a perfect fit.
Well, I asked him how he's going to do this, and he just says, I'm going to wing it. So I'm going to watch how he wings it.
So we're here. We're coming in through here. We got the 5. We're gonna come in. We're gonna curve this like that, right?
Okay.
Left, right, left, right. Straight back through, and on the truck.
The hard part from what I'm seeing is how is he going to join the side, roll the metal, and have it join onto the roof itself? Oh, each time you tighten it up, it'll make the Redo the curve?
A little bit tighter.
Okay.
But see what I did? I've only tightened the 11 side.
Uh-huh.
See, it's almost at a 90 degree.
Right.
It's almost at a 90 degree, so it's a section of a cone.
Okay. Well, that came out good.
So it's a little imperfect right here. Not really measuring. Just trying to make it work.
He rolled it looked really nice. And he slapped it up there and it fits. It looks good. It looks like it was made for the truck. Of course, you know I'm learning all your trade secrets.
The whole thing with this little skin mock-up thing is to get a side profile of it. And what's going to complete that is the rear quarter. There's that extension that comes up above the rear window. It's about an 8-inch vertical rise. The trickier part is the corners. If I tried to make this in one piece, it would have been a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm going to split it up just like I did with the sides. It's going to be way easier to fit it in that way.
I noticed he saves a lot of parts out of what he was using off my cab. Some of the corners he had to use.
I always try to reuse the toughest parts that I would have to make. So this compound curve, if you think about it, it's a bowl. It's a big dome shape, and doing that requires a lot of stretching and shrinking, a lot of finish work. I'm gonna minimize that by using it from the old roof because it looks perfect.
He took an 8-inch piece of metal and he rolled it into a giant donut. And then he marked out the number of inches he needed to do 2 corner sections, cut it, put one corner on the driver's side of the cab to make sure everything fit, tacked it in place, and it fits. He knows what he's doing. Kind of an artist at work.
That was the savor of the game, because to build those 2 corner pieces would have kind of been a big task. Might ended up using the dog bowl or some other non-traditional approach. So this is the primary layout. Just like with the skeleton, I want you to see how the skin was. If you're cool with that shape, how it jogs,
yeah.
You know, all these lines will be trimmed back. This is just the generic layout of how the skin will fit on the skeleton.
I'm good with the way it's going. It's looking really nice.
I like it. Gives the truck a really aggressive nose-down look, and I think it's cool.
Can't wait till you get it done. Feeling really good. The way the roof is coming together, the way the whole truck's coming together, and how fast he's doing it. I'm having fun watching.
There's a few more details I gotta get to finish up this truck, but before I do that, I wanna get the truck outside and put the box on. We made our measurements, but I've been wrong before, and the whole thing is trying to pull it out of this shop in one piece. Sometimes you just need a friend with a big old hook. Oh yeah, there it is now. Put in a request. This is a huge task, but luckily, I got friends in high places. The crane saved the day. I can't lift this box, and I don't really have anything to lift it up that high, so without Leonard, we were stuck in the mud. The cool factor is this box was made to be lifted by a crane. So it's got these mounting points already put in. There's D-rings in place. Simple process of slinging it and lifting it up. It's hard to know how much this thing weighs, but gauging by Leonard's experience with his crane, he's estimating to be 2,000, 2,200 pounds. That's like a small car. That way. It's like the magic carpet ride. I've been waiting my whole life for this. I've always wanted to take a magic carpet ride, and I guess this is as close to it as I'm gonna come, so I'm gonna take full advantage of the moment. It's working. It's working. Well, I needed to get on top of the box to hook up all these straps, and I figure instead of getting back off the box and then getting back on the box, I'm just gonna stay on for the ride. Keep it in, keep coming. 6 inches. Oh, drop it. Everything seems like it fits good. We got plenty of room between the cab. We're not hanging over the back bumper. And I think the roof height looks very proportional with the box height. This box was meant to be mounted to one of these trucks, so it's a perfect fit. I could get used to this. I'm gonna take up stuntman in my next career. The good news is John's truck is finished. It's looking good. Bad news is he can't be here to check it out. He's in the hospital. He had to have emergency surgery. His back hasn't been very good through this whole ordeal. The only way to get in touch with him, I figure, is to give him a Skype call. So how you feeling, man? Everything went okay?
I've been struggling for a while. You see me when at the shop, I'd end up sitting down and stuff. Just trying to walk was a pain. Pulled it back, finally let go. I saw my doctor, and he looks at me and he goes, "No, you're being admitted today, emergency surgery tomorrow."
Well, better sooner than
I was
later.
a little bit worse shape than I thought.
Well, like you said, you're the stubborn one, so. Well, the good news is your truck is finished. Everything is done, man. It's looking good.
Perfect.
John hasn't seen the truck in its finished state, so I sent him some photos and I could see him light right up.
I got the picture you sent me. Those look good.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get into it.
John loved the side window. His request for the exhaust placement was right on. John wanted to one-up it by moving it all the way to the rear bumper and turning it up over the top of the box.
The details that we were talking about and you came up with, they really came out good. They made the truck look better overall, more functional, I think, overall, too.
So I was able to find these 2 air ride seats from a semi-truck. So I plumbed those into the airline. They run off the stock air system. They're fully adjustable, lumbar support, armrests, the whole 9 yards, man.
Oh, a surprise.
Yes.
Excellent.
So,
I'm going to have a soft riding truck.
exactly. Before, you know what it was like driving around. It was a total banger. So now
Yes, it
everything has suspension, including the
It was a
seats.
bobblehead truck. Now it's going to be more comfortable.
Yeah, it'll be totally smooth. It's ready to
Right.
go.
Next project is figured out a lift gate to get me into the cab.
Sure, right. That's the thing. The never-ending project.
Well, thanks for all your work and effort and put things together for me. I can't wait to get there. I got to get better so I can go check out my truck.
That's it, man. We'll meet up whenever you're ready. It was good to get this project completed for John. This was, one of those bucket list things. He had this thing on his mind for a long time. I think it's really going to give him some inspiration to get healthy.
Right now on Full Custom Garage, Master Metalman Ian Roussel continues the transformation of the cartoon hot rod.
He can make anything out of nothing.
Back of the cab opens.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. Our plan was here. Ian takes it to here.
Mark pulled the engine out, and I could tell this dude is serious.
But when things go wrong,
My heart just sank. Ian's looking at me like, "You're right."
and with his client out of the game, Ian switches the lineup.
While Mark's gone, I really want to surprise him. I want to make some progress on his Henry J.
I leave the guy for a day and a half, and I come back, and bam, truly amazing.
With the team back together, it's all hands on deck.
Mark is out of his mind. Johnny is totally charged up about this. There's sawdust everywhere. There's parts and pieces all over the place. We're in the trenches. I don't know what I signed up for this project.
Nobody else is gonna have one.
Mark shows up with a bunch of used parts and shows me a drawing of this cartoon hot rod. He said it was a Volkswagen.
It's a Volkswagen.
First thing I had to do was straighten out the bent frame. Then I needed to cut down the body to fit the proportions of the drawing. And reform the entire roof. From the onset, Mark's been referring to this project as his rat rod. I just think, looking at the drawing, I can go way better. The drawing showing a finished show car, I'm gonna try to go in that direction as much as possible. Looks like a giant cartoon. I built the whole car around this AMC engine, but it's toasted. Yeah, it's trouble. I'm in deep. Here it is, Mark's on his way. He says he's got a new engine, and I got a couple things to show him.
I kind of put a little pressure on Ian when I was over there. I said, okay, I understand about the engine problem. I'm gonna take responsibility for that. I'm gonna get you a new one, and I'm gonna personally drive down there and bring it to you.
Is that record time or what?
Oh, I tell you, man, how you doing?
This guy surprises me. Flies in to Canada, he gets in the truck and drives down to Los Angeles. It's pretty ambitious. I guess you're in a rush.
Oh, man, it was get her done and get her down here for you.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited to show them what we got and to see the body in real life. Now, you ready for some bling? I got a little bling for you.
Ah, that'll work.
Figure that'll work?
That looks just like the engine you brought before, but this one is nice.
This one's out of a 1966 Rambler Ambassador.
It even matches the paint color. That's cool. Mark pulled the engine out and I could tell this dude is serious. That's definitely the same transmission. I think this will just bolt right in. He's really dialed this engine in. He's all about getting it here. So I'm gonna show him what I've been up to. As soon as you said you were gonna handle that engine, I got real serious.
Holy, are you kidding me? He rolls out this body. Not only is it bodywork done, it's frickin' painted. Oh, man.
Mark was stoked. He saw that blue out in the sun, metal flake shining. I don't think he was expecting me to go that far with it. He was talking about a rat rod. I don't know, this doesn't look like one to me.
This is not a rat rod anymore. This is a frickin' show car. Wow.
I had Johnny send me some vector images of his graphics. He just did a computer-generated thing, and I had templates made at a sticker guy. So it's actually his 5 artwork.
It's killer. Like, you nailed it.
Mark seemed genuinely impressed. I don't think he was expecting it to be that nice. I made the back window open like this. The back of the cab opens.
That's just freaking awesome. You're kind of turning me into a Volkswagen guy, you know? This is number 2 for me.
That could happen to even the best of men. First vehicle I ever built for Mark was this radically chopped VW Bug. He's been a fan ever since. So the good news is we got a great looking engine and we have a great looking body. There's still a ton to do. I'm not gonna believe that engine runs till I hear it.
To prove myself, we had to get this motor in this frame and fire it up.
Mark's really into this. He's been shopping. He says he's got some rims and tires.
You've created it so much like the drawing.
Cool.
I had to come through. Plan B has arrived.
Yeah, you definitely stepped it up on this. Let me show you what was going on with the other one. All good intentions aside, he sent me a bunch of rusty junk.
Yeah, wow.
This engine was not usable, and it's great. He backed it up. He brought in the fresh heat. I gave him a quick rundown on what went down with the chassis. He knew I had to modify it, and he was really excited that I made the decision that I did to shorten it up and lower it.
Good choice, as usual, you know.
I think as long as this engine couples up to the drive shaft, then we win.
All right, well, let me grab my tools and
Cool.
Let's get started on this bad boy. The biggest problem when the engine scenario first came up is that we had to find an AMC replacement.
At this point, we are fully committed to this engine. The notch in the body is tailored to these cylinder heads and the location of the distributor.
They have an enclosed drive shaft, but there's splines on that have to line up with that. So now we're not sure if the 65 model would line up with the 66. Who frickin' invented this?
Don't put your fingers in there.
No.
I learned that the hard way.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, lower it down. I guess she'll come together. Here we go.
You know what? This thing fits like it belongs here. I think Mark is really up to something good. Aha! There it is.
There it is.
Fits just like the other one, sir. You got just enough to put a finger in there. It's exactly how the other one fit, the same. You know what, Mark? You're all right. I take back everything I said about you last week. Changed my mind. Man, that looks good. It's like a show car, sir.
Oh, yeah. Now, if it just runs, I might win a couple more brownie points back from you.
Yeah, it's all fun and games now. Let's put some electricity to it and see what you're really working with. Having an identical engine was really a saving grace. The engine fit perfectly. It was a perfect bolt-in. It looks great. I just need to see it run. Just to get this thing to fire, you know, we hot wired it. Set up a fuel pump, put a couple wires to the starter and the coil, and I just want to fire it off, see what's gonna go on. Prepare for Operation Vacuum Suck.
Okay.
What do we got? Where's the plus? That's the minus, that's the minus.
We're off to an awesome start. We got nothing.
Guess what happened? Nothing. Strike two. Here we go. Mark's off to a record start. Well, the pump worked great when you took it off, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, your track record, man, is like...
Hey, gotta have a little bit of drama.
Uh-huh. Did I hook up the wires wrong? Nope, sure didn't. That's not part of what I do.
Come on.
Uh-huh. He started off with a bunk engine. Now he's got a fuel pump that doesn't seem to be operating.
My heart just sank. You know, okay, the fuel pump's not working. Ian's looking at me like, really?
It's a typical simple thing, you know, those fuel pumps, when they sit around, they tend to not work again, and that was the case here. I'm gonna take care of you, don't worry.
You got plan B for plan B?
Yeah.
He had one, so we moved on to installing his electric fuel pump.
I know the suspense is really getting to you. You're on the edge. Is that tight? There's one last thing I'm gonna give you before we start. Here you go. That's how much faith I have.
Now this is a different coil too, so. But I do
use
have
this
the
start.
old original one.
Oh, just one thing, just one other thing
Just
I
one-
have to mention besides the fuel pump. You ready? I'm ready.
And this one day at band camp.
I'm ready. What could possibly go wrong? Aha! Hit the starter, and hey now, it works. All right, man, you're okay after all. You know, I had faith. You're not even gonna need that fire extinguisher today. I think you're good to go, sir. I'm very happy with that. That sounds like a good engine. I think it's on to the next. Johnny's drawing is showing no radiator in the front. You just have this bare grill shell, and that's a cool look. To me, that's the most important factor of the nose of the car. Hiding the radiator in the back is the only way through this. I made all these crazy tubes to get the liquids from the front to the back. This is crash course in plumbing. I'm having to plumb these lines from the water pump under the vehicle into the radiator. And it sounds pretty easy, but when you realize how cramped and small this car is, there's a lot of bending and fitting. Mark's handling all the stuff I don't want to deal with. That can't be spoken any easier, simpler than that. The nice thing about Mark being here is he's going to handle all of these mechanical elements I don't have to deal with.
I seem to get every dirty job that Ian doesn't like to do, wiring, and which I don't mind. I'm here to help. I'll do whatever he wants me to do.
I'm very busy. He's got time to kill. Even though for me this isn't the most thrilling part of the project, I want to make sure all the mechanics are dialed in before we put the body on. It's an issue of scratching the paint that I don't want to do. I'd say that this thing is ready to put the body on. How do you feel about that, Mark?
I'm in. Let's do it. I'm anxious to get the body on there and stand back and just look at this thing for a minute or two before Ian cracks the whip and we're back at it again.
Wait till you see this get-up, Mark. Your prized vehicle is about to be lifted in the most cockamamie, backwoods manner you've ever seen. The way that I work is a little bit different than you'll see in other shops. Open that door, we're going through. So I got this big stick, a couple welding gloves, and a forklift, and we're gonna put his show car together with it.
I'm kind of scratching my head going, really? Is this how we're gonna do it? I mean, it seems a little unorthodox and unsafe and not stable.
Mark was a little alarmed with my technique. You know, he's a certified helicopter engineer guy, right? And I don't think they're putting any airframes together in this manner. I got the forklift, I'm on the controls, Mark's balancing the body. The fate of his show car is literally in his hands.
Definitely not a one-man job. I don't know how he was doing it before, but the way the body goes, it's It's got to come down the back first and kind of hug around the frame, and then the front drops. And if you go straight back, you're out.
This is the whole deal. I've never seen this painted body on the chassis.
That is one sick ride.
Oh, look at it from here.
Oh, yeah. Man.
That is pretty cool.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. Our plan was here. Ian takes it to here. Words can't describe it. It's just so close to the drawing. It's gone from paper to real life. It's a phenomenal piece of fabrication.
This thing's cool, super cool. Once I saw the body on the chassis, it got my mind spinning. I think we should take this thing to the Pomona swap meet on Sunday. It's a week away.
Now he tells me, well, we have to get this thing finished, assembled, and running because we're taking it to Pomona swap meet. And I went, what?
Pomona is just a huge blowout. It's a swap meet, it's a car show, there's cars for sale, there's everything going on. I think he'd really dig it. Putting the body on the frame looked really cool, but there's still a few things missing. The drawing is showing a frame, the actual frame of the vehicle, showing through the fender well. I got a plan. I'm just gonna fake it. Carry on with whatever linkages you're doing. I'm gonna get on this thing, because that's gonna take a little while. Okay. As minor a fabrication as this is, I need to have this frame detail come off convincingly. So like most things, I'm gonna start off with a cardboard template. Watch your toes, razor blades. Razor blades in action, easy now. Every time I have cardboard on my hand, he thinks it's food. I don't get it. It's like a, like a pizza box or something. It's too bad dogs don't know how to cook. They could eat all the time. He associates cardboard with a food container. There you go, keep yourself occupied.
Ian's fabrication skills, I mean, phenomenal. He can make anything out of nothing.
I got all this aluminum, and I was thinking about making it out of this, but I'm just gonna do a quick test. I want it to look kind of like dimpled holes, not just simple drilled like this. A pro would have a dimple die set. There's a few different ones. One's like a press, one's like a thing with a bolt that you clamp it together. I don't have any of that. How can we do this? I think I have an old piece of plywood. Got a top to an acetylene bottle, and I got a BFH. That's a big bargain hammer.
I'm kind of working away, and then there's loud banging going on. So he's in a creative mode, and who knows what's going to pop out of it.
Dimple die. I think we're in business.
With Ian, it all relates back to that drawing. It's like it's embedded in his head. It's becoming that drawing in real life.
The dimple die would naturally want to mar this surface, so it has this plastic sheet on there. So I'm gonna finish out these edges. Probably put some kind of a lip on here and just make a bracket that'll hold it. But you see, you got these cool dimples. What's that look like, huh? Looks like the drawing to me, right? The goal today is to get these installed, have all the cosmetic parts ready for final assembly, and I gotta paint the headers. Once you see this in place, it just adds that factor that was missing. When you see the white coming out of the fender well, it's giving you the same feeling as the number 5 logo and the white on the roof. It just brings that color down low in the body. I worked on a couple other projects where there's this amazing glue. It's kind of like a crazy glue, and then it has an activator, so it's an instant cure. So it's pretty trick. You definitely don't want to get it on your fingers. So this will just get held in with 3 screws. There'll be one on the bottom here, and then these two tabs get welded to the frame. So it's just on little legs. Stands off 3 inches from the chassis. This thing is perfect, man. Check this out. It looks like the frame is going right through, like it's an actual chassis. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Can't believe you just whipped those up.
Perfect.
That is.
The other fabrication element that's missing is the exhaust headers.
Couldn't find any headers to fit this strange engine as it is, and no need when you have Ian Roussel on the job. He just fabricates what he needs.
I actually built these headers before the car was painted. Mark really liked them, so I explained exactly how it went down. I really liked the way the T-bucket style headers looked in the drawing, and I wanted to mimic them as close as possible. I used 1.5-inch round tube. The first step was just cutting the tubes and welding them to the flanges. Then I used the tubing bender to curve the tube and make it slope back towards the car. The real mark of the craftsman is how these pieces fit up, so just taking small cuts makes it happen. I used the plasma cutter to cut a hole in the main tube to get all the pipes to fit up and actually flow exhaust gas. The whole idea with this fit up is that once it's welded, it just looks clean. You don't see the welds. These things came out great. They look just like the drawing. I ground and sanded out all the welds, and they're ready to paint. I got this ceramic coating that's specifically for exhausts from Eastwood that cures with the heat of the engine. I've used the spray can style high temp paint before, so I was expecting this to come out similar, but as soon as I started spraying it out of the gun, it coated amazingly.
I think this is really cool looking exhaust you fabricated here. This just ties everything together. Unfortunately, I have to leave to go to a helicopter convention.
Mark's gonna leave for a couple days. The car's in a pretty good spot. We're waiting on upholstery, so while Mark's gone, I'm gonna surprise him by doing some work on another one of his projects. This car's in a really good spot, so I really want to surprise Mark by working on his Henry J. This is a 51 Henry J. It's one of the first projects I did for Mark. He dropped it off about a year ago. It's a long-term project for us, and Mark wants to make it like a pro street car. I chopped this car just about 4 inches, but it was way more than that. I had to reform the entire rear of the car, widen certain panels, and then I also welded and smoothed up everything. So there's a lot of work in it, as rough as it looks. I was really happy with the way the chop came out, but I really want to put a roll cage in it before he gets back. It's just been mocked up, laying there under a tarp. This whole car is just a body skin and a bare chassis. It's like a blank canvas. I can do whatever I want in here. The cool factor about this car is there's no drawings, there's no blueprints, it's all me. Mark's planning this to be pro street. In other words, he's driving it every day if he wants, but he can also take it to the track. I want to make this thing look cool, but in the end, it's all about strength. If you bought a generic cage from a catalog, it's designed to fit a number of cars. If I build one that looks like it belongs in this car, then that's cool. It's gotta look custom. The strongest shape you use in a structure like this is the triangle. Every point that gets triangulated is super strong. If you have, hey, there we go. If you got a square box, it can fold over on itself very easily, but a triangle, it doesn't fold, right? It's putting leverage around it. The whole idea with the roll cage is to create as many triangulated shapes as possible. The big problem with roll cages is they do take up a certain degree of room inside the compartment. The way that the Henry windshield peaks forward, it's just gonna be like a bar hanging in space. I'm trying to get away from that. So I'm gonna put a little V in the front. And you figure out how the material bends, and you come up with creative plans to fit them inside of the cars as closely to the sheet metal as possible. That way you offer the driver and passenger a maximum amount of room. Sort of like that. Another principal factor in the whole thing is that it has to be modular to a degree. It needs to unbolt from the chassis and also allow the body to slip on and off easily. Every time you join a piece of tubing, especially in a roll cage, you'll want an internal sleeve. That allows the bond to be way stronger than if you just butt welded it. The difference between this project and the cartoon hot rod is that this roll cage is purely functional. So it's kind of rewarding to know that your work is sound, it looks good, it's gonna function. My brain is spinning just as much as when I'm doing something incredibly creative. The whole difference between this and the sculptural element is there's just a lot of numbers and parameters involved instead of just the purely visual aspect. This isn't a huge challenge. To wrap it up, it's just trimming away a certain area of the body rocker panels. That way I can lift it off, finish welding the cage, and paint it. So you could see, it's a secure environment for any race situation. That's the whole idea. Now I'll be able to get around the top of all these welds without the roof in place and paint it. Eastwood gave us this 2K aero spray in chassis black. What you do with this, you push it in and it releases the activator. So it's like mixing in a mixing cup, but you just shake it. So this stuff should set up overnight. I got this thing nailed. I'm sure Mark will be back here expecting to work on the other thing, but I'm gonna show him this. It's been under the tarp for way too long. Should get him fired up. I was really intent on getting some progress on this thing by the time Mark got back. He hasn't seen this car in like a year. Hey.
Whoa!
Just in time, sir.
I leave the guy for a day and a half, and I come back, and bam, there he's got my Henry J out there.
I wanted to see some progress on this thing while you were here, you know?
Wow, I haven't seen this in a while.
Been about a year, right? He showed up, and he was just charged up. I mean, totally surprised. I think he almost forgot about it.
Yeah, that's looking kick-ass. We came down here to do something else, and now he's working on my other car that I haven't seen. I've forgotten all about it. He's put a roll cage in it, got flip front end on it.
I showed him this tilt nose that I made. He's totally digging it.
He just decided what looked right, and boy, I tell you, I come in here and look at that thing, and it's right.
I know you're all about getting that hot rod in the trailer and back home, but while you're here, you know, just for me, I want to keep projects spinning. This has been in the corner stagnant. I think if we spend one day on this, it'll be in a really good place.
Sure.
When Mark first dropped off the car, he brought in this fresh rebuilt rear end and an engine and transmission. So it was really just a bolt in.
New axles, new bearings, new everything, new true track in there, new gear set. So I'm hoping it's gonna be enough to turn these big tires that are on this old girl. Doesn't that remind you of a 70s car?
I think the last thing we need to do is just fit the engine and trans so we have an idea of how heavy they are, what that does to the front suspension, ride height especially.
I'm excited. It's been sitting here tarped up in one of the mini barns. It's a 454, dynoed at 502 horsepower. And so Ian now wants to mock that up in there, and I'm all for it. Let's see if this thing fits. Much like any other car, you know, you figure, well, let's just slide this engine in there and let's see how it's gonna go. Yeah, I think you're gonna see some issues. First one's gonna be that oil pan.
The oil pan. Always something.
We're not far enough in to clear the Ford crossmember. We had to lift the body up, kind of shoehorn the engine in there, which is huge. It's just a monster engine inside this small little car. More issues. We're banging against the firewall, which has already been cut out a fair amount.
I don't have a problem getting the Sawzall right now, Mark.
Hey.
This is a massive engine. The car never dreamt it would have something like this installed, so I'm having to cut away the firewall. Prepare to operate.
So Ian cuts more of the firewall out, so now I have a huge gaping hole.
Mark is a little concerned about this, but this is what I do, you know? I'm just gonna cut it, make it right.
Actually, we're clearing it now. Just bring it down, Ian.
Dropping down, watch fingers.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at the springs went way down. Okay, unhook it from the wheelie. The rear ride height looks great. I mean, that was already established, but I never saw it with an engine in it. I want to put the nose on. We've never seen it with the nose down attitude. It's always been
That's more of the stance, definitely.
Grab it right in the headlight shell. Aha!
That's it. The stance was perfect, exactly what I was looking for with the car. Ian, I'm stoked that you worked on this. I mean, I go away for a day and a bit, and I come back and, wow, I'm inspired again.
It's just what we do here, sir.
And then he goes, well, you know what? Let's throw a seat in there and see how it fits you. I'm game. Yeah. Is that not cool or what? This has been a dream come true for me to come down here and actually help out and work with Ian and see how he operates. That's what I got to say about this. Truly amazing.
Progress on the Henry J was right on the money. I couldn't have asked for a better response from Mark. But we need to get back on the hot rod and get that thing ready for Pomona. I sent Johnny a picture of the car, and he says he's coming out from Florida to see it in person. The whole mission here was to make this look like Johnny's artwork. He's really itching to see it, so I want to get it driving by the time he gets here. All we got to do is finish the wiring, got a few more parts to install, and we're ready to go. Remember this?
That's what I sent you?
A little bit different than when we got here. The story with the front grille is it's an actual Model T piece that Mark had. He got it at a swap meet, but it only sort of resembles the drawing. What I did was I shortened it up from the bottom, I put an interior structure in it, and then found this really cool mesh at Industrial Metal Supply, and Bodywork painted it up.
I just gotta let you know that in aviation, the insulation you've done on this bolt is incorrect.
What? What are you talking about?
It's supposed to be in the direction of flight. So, and when this thing starts to fly, it's gonna go that way.
Well, I'm pretty well versed in space travel and mechanics of that nature, and none of that applies to where we're going.
Okay, so we're just gonna do a little function check, see how good my wiring skills are, and see if we got fuel pump first. Sounds like we got fuel pump.
Mark's really been working it out, you know. I know he's a perfectionist, so he gets the fuel pump in, got all the lines ran.
As they say in helicopter world, clear.
Hits the key, starter's cranking.
I expected this thing to fire right up, just like it did when we first put it in the frame, but we're not getting anything. I say we got a firing order issue.
Call him mechanic, fire him.
Who wired this?
Glad I'm not in his helicopter.
Yeah. So we do the normal checks or whatever. We found some issues with the spark plug wires. This little center coil here has to be curled over, so it's making contact with the copper connector.
I predict as soon as he gets these wires connected, it's gonna light right up. I just know it.
If this don't work, I'm going home. Huh. Same issue. You know, you're heading to the goal line and all of a sudden, bam, you're stopped, you know, and it's frustrating. Oh, wait, whoa, whoa. Cap's turning this way.
Counterclockwise?
Yeah.
Strike 1, plug wires. Strike 2, distributor rotation.
What's going on?
Umpire's getting feisty, man. He's almost calling a third strike and you're out.
Am I? Good. I've always worked on Chevys all my life. So what did I do? I just put it on the way I've done it for 30 some odd years. And of course, this thing turns counterclockwise, not clockwise. I'm ready when you are again, Mr. Roussel. We gotta get this thing running. Of course, there's the pressure, there's the deadline. That's always the way it is. Do I need to say a little prayer? Maybe for myself?
Totally works.
Awesome. We just squeaked it right through, you know, hit the key, the thing fired up. Okay, good. Who shows up? Johnny Jalopy.
The word is Johnny's on his way.
I think we're ready to show Johnny Jalopy.
Yeah.
Let's let him see his creation.
I agree, sir. The coolest factor about all this was that it was a collaboration, and that's what really pushes me. Having other input really makes it a cool thing. Aha.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's going on?
Holy cow.
What do you think about that?
Kidding. Dude, finally got awesome to meet you, man.
Good to meet you.
Mark.
Mark.
What's up, man? When I first walked in, I just went, are you kidding me? It's a machine now. It's like spot on. To see something was in my brain in front of me, you know, that I can touch and feel and smell and hear. Undescribable feeling of just amazement.
Yeah.
That dash came out so good.
Yeah, it's my dog's water bowl. He came in, and I don't know how he reacts to stuff, but it seemed like he was super charged up.
Killed it, man.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Cool.
It's exactly what I thought about was a little bus thing sitting on a tea bucket. How cool would it be to take one super crazy culture, the Volkswagen guys, and one crazy culture, the hot rod guys, and mesh that together and create something totally different. And a lot of people looking at my drawing always thought, nah, you can't do that. That's ridiculous. Well, he just did it.
I love the fact that your drawing was a VW bus, so I bought the headlights, Mark got the taillights.
I cannot wait to see this on the road and people going, what is that?
Yeah, this is kind of where we're at, man. We're still in final assembly. I gotta detail out the headlights,
Dude, I
put the
love
rest
it.
of the windows and the interior in. The whole thing here is to get this truck in the trailer and show it. So it was really cool to have Johnny here to work on the thing, because then he's like hands-on, you know, he gets to respect how much effort it took to pull this off.
But to be here and be able to touch it and work on it a little bit has been really cool.
Trying to get the last of these windows in. Took me a while to figure out how the driver's door window mechanism was gonna happen, but I nailed that. So Johnny's doing the simple fixed window in the back, and I'm getting the last windshield panel put in. Pretty straight ahead.
He says, did you say the easy back window?
I gave him the easy one to do. I handled all the challenging tasks. Installing windows is pretty challenging. I told Johnny what I needed from the rear portion, so it just takes time. I'm busy, I'll let him figure it out, and that's really the learning process.
I'll be here fussing with this while you go on to Victor.
Tell you what, let me
Be here doing the hard time.
finish this up and I'll be right over to give you a hand with that.
Come around and bail me out. Maybe I've just done this a lot. I don't get it, you know? I just pulled the film right off and hey, that's it. It wasn't the case for Johnny.
Meanwhile, he's pulled 2 sheets of the plastic stuff off, and Johnny looks like a moron.
I'm quick, man.
Seriously? 45 minutes of me trying to get plastic off Lexan, and then Ian just comes over and rips it right off. What are you gonna do? Woo! Almost.
The last thing we needed was this upholstery. Hey, right on time.
Yeah, here's the rest of the stuff.
Perfect. Jack pushed this interior to the last minute. Johnny and Mark are gone. It's the night before the big show.
I was up all night, worked my fingers to the bone.
You and me both, man.
We'll get busy.
Yes, sure. It was pre-fit. All I had to do was screw it in place, and we're off. This thing's wrapped. This is a toy come to life. Mark is out of his mind. Johnny is totally charged up about this.
It's the coolest thing I ever seen. I'm stoked for Pomona.
I can't wait for that first reaction from people when they see it.
Up to this point, it's been a static piece. Johnny drew it, it's been sitting in the shop, but it's an actual car. It drives around. It's time to take it to the car show. We're out here at Pomona. It's a swap meet car show, the biggest one in the world.
Shaka, good job.
Pomona, man, beautiful swap meet. I've been cruising around there this morning. Reaction on the car is all thumbs up.
Probably the coolest car at the swap meet today. Him cool, him way different. You know, I love it.
I had never seen it outside the shop until today. So the windows absolutely glow in the sunlight, and it was like a beacon. People were hypnotized, they were drawn to it, and everybody was digging it.
Well, I would think that's probably one of the most unique hot rods I've seen out here in the 30 years I've come out here. There's lots of different things out here, but that one's truly unique.
It's the cartoon driving experience that, you know, if you own this, you'll have that, you'll achieve that. It's wonderful, man.
Do you know what Spaßhaber is? Guys who had fun with cars.
This journey has been awesome. It's definitely going down in the records as one of the best weeks I've ever spent down here.
The reaction, and it's a dream come true, and I'm almost speechless. I'm soaking it in. I can't wait to do more.
Victor shows up with the Boonie Bug I built. It has the chassis of the original VW bus. It's just so cool to see that original thrashed out VW bus rehabilitated into two new projects.
But that was the body that was on this car. So this is, you're looking at one car here. After seeing everything that Ian can achieve, if you can dream it, he could build it.
He's a master. He's one of the main reasons why I'm an aspiring fabricator myself. He's major talent.
This is kind of a step in a new direction for me because it's the wildest design I've ever worked on, and it was dictated by an artist. So it really makes me want to do more.